Shalom, shalom. First off, we give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, YAHAWASHI, by Hashem, the Conqueror, double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the millstone, peace and salutations to the elect. Forgive me for the noise in the background. Just sitting here climbing this mountain, climbing this mountain, and me personally, it just kind of, it reminds me of just, our overall walk in this truth, you know, and overcoming obstacles, overcoming, jumping those hurdles, so to speak, in the spirit, you know, whether it be, your day-to-day life or just, new experiences, that the Lord, is or new trials, shall I say, that the Lord is putting you through, you know, and it's all for the betterment, all for the growth, all for, the experience, essentially. And but I want to go into Matthew's 11th chapter, and I just want to speak about the rest, that the Lord, Yahawashi, okay, Yahawashi, the only begotten Son, okay, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, all right. Because in order to, obtain rest, because we're not just looking for physical rest, okay? The nation of Israel has been, deeply scarred, in their psyche, in their mind, in their spirit, in their consciousness, whatever, however you want to put it, okay? In their soul, okay? It's all one and the same, all right? And, as a nation, through, the manifold punishments, okay, that we've gone through, okay, for our transgression, okay, the nation of Israel made a covenant, okay, or a contract with the Heavenly Father, and we didn't, uphold, we didn't keep it, which, when you get a deeper understanding, from the beginning, we were, ultimately we were put into these bodies, all right, that were subject unto vanity. You go to, I believe it's Romans the 8th chapter, okay. I believe it's around the 20th verse. And, by us being put, in this situation, which is ultimately a learning situation, or a lesson, And, but, all in all, like I was starting off, I'm going to get this Matthew 11 and 29, the rest, we're seeking for like I said, not just a physical, but a spiritual rest, okay? Not just a physical, but a spiritual rest, And this is, and the only way to obtain that, the only way to, to get that, okay, is it's only through the Lord. Okay, this is Matthew 11, verse 29. It says, 28. It says, "Come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, okay, and I will give you rest." Matter of fact, right, even matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 27. It says, "All things are delivered unto me of my Father, and no man knoweth the Son, but the Father. Neither knoweth any man the Father, save the Son." It says, to whosoever, the Son will reveal him. Okay, and that's just going into the order of things, man. Because when you understand what you need to overstand, okay, the nation of Israel in its entirety, is that it's only one mediator. Okay, there's only one mediator. All right, there's only one go between. The one that is going to reconcile us. Okay, or make back friends. All right, which, that's what reconcile means. To reconcile, it's only one that who's Yahawashi, that's going to reconcile us back into the Father. Okay, into the nation of Israel. All right. because we went off. Okay, and that and in him, I mean, the only way that the Lord's anger, okay, can be appeased, okay, is only through, via that sacrifice, and Yahushua was that. So the only way back into him is only through Yahushua, into adhering and being obedient to the to the doctrine, to the words, man, you know, and it says, and then as you're obedient, you're doing the things that the Lord asks of you, all right. Guess what? Your name is going to be mentioned to the Lord, to the Most High in heaven. You know, that's he pleads our cause. Okay, verse 28. He says, "Come unto me." This is the point. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden. Okay, and I will give you rest. Let's go into heavy laden. Right, right. To place a burden upon you. Okay, to load, to load one with the burden. All right. So all of our burdens, which is a scripture, and I've got it before, but while not getting again, yep. Psalms, 55 and 22. It says, cast thy burden upon the Lord. It says, and he shall sustain thee. Okay, he shall sustain thee. Right, and that's what we. And listen, the us being heavy laden with what, man? First and foremost, in the mind and the spirit. Okay, the tossing and turning and squirming, man. Trying to get, wanting. I'm gonna say that, wanting to get out of this. Okay, wanting to get out of the situation that we're in, wanting to get out of this place. Okay, because in Babylon, it's, man, listen, man, it's gross darkness has covered this place, man. So when you wake up to the truth, okay, which we understand that the words of the truth, and just the truth, period, okay, the truth, period, ultimately the ways of this land, okay, and the conduct and the type of things that's perpetuated, okay, the things that are pushed in this world are completely detrimental, are completely against, okay, us, and it's here to oppress us, man. Okay, it's here to literally smash us down and keep us down, man. And that's how Esau Edom, okay, which is the sword of the Lord. You go to Psalm 17, you understand the purpose of Esau is a whipping stick, okay, to punish, to do the bid, or the will of the Lord. Because nobody is, as it is written, who have resisted the will of the Lord. Nobody. Okay. So him being here, he's designed a place where as though it's set up to oppress us and to keep us down. Spiritually and mentally first, and then physically. Okay? Physically. But the mental and the spiritual is much more heavier, because I mean, you got to think about it, you got to put it in perspective. If our minds, if our spirits were, sound and complete, without, we not being, plagued with, with the demons, and have to deal with all this. So all we had to do was just deal with the physical strain. You know what I'm saying, of work, and so on and so forth. This place would be that much more tolerable. Okay. But you see, the Lord, hey, look, the Lord had it where as though, nah, it ain't going. You're not going to be able to tolerate it. Tolerate this. You're only going to be able to tolerate it, only through me, only through casting your burdens, on me. And I want to get Psalms. I'm gonna come back to that, but I want to look up this sustain in Psalms 55 and 22. In Psalms 55 and 22. Let's look this up, man. It says, right, to contain, measure says, to seize, okay, to sustain, to maintain, okay, to contain, okay, to support, to nourish, okay, to hold, to restrain, to endure, okay, to contain, hold, and endure. And that's what the Lord is doing by us casting our burdens on Him. We're being supported. That's our support. Okay, the Lord is our support. Okay, with these manifold burdens that we that are placed upon us. The Lord puts them on us. For us to put them right back on Him, to trust the process, to trust in Him. Okay? It says, cast our burdens upon YAHAWASHI, and He shall sustain you. He shall never suffer, okay, the righteous to be moved. Okay? And that's what this thing is about. It's about ultimately the righteous, man. Okay? It's about the elect. Those the elect souls that were chosen from the foundation, the creation of everything. All right? And those righteous individuals, okay, that are written in the book of life, all right, the Lord is going to sustain those men because we have faith and we believe in the Lord that He will. We put our trust in Him. All right. Another word for trust is faith. Okay. To faith, what is faith? The substance of things hoped for, the evidence of the things uh, uh, um, not seen. Okay. If I said that right. But yeah, that's the point with that. Uh, so back in Matthew's. Let's go back to that. I'm gonna finish that out. Matthew 11. Right. It says back in 29. It says take my yoke upon you. Okay. Take my yoke upon you. And what is that? What is a yoke, man? It's a representation. We as a nation, for our punishment, a yoke of iron, which is, was a curse. Written in the curse, the yoke of iron was placed upon us, man. All right, and there's many, 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 a lot of evidence of that, man. Still pictures until this day they found in, remnants of this stuff, that were left behind. Pretty sure these, certain individuals got them up in some museum, in a personal museum, looking at that stuff, man, reflecting on it, glorying in it. But this yoke is speaking about a spiritual yoke, man. You know, ultimately, obedience, is what the Lord is looking for. And you want to know what wisdom is? I believe it's in, I think it's in maybe Sirach, the fourth chapter, Wisdom of Solomon, the fourth chapter. The wisdom speaks about. Matter of fact, let's look that up because I know it's one in yeah, that's a good one. It was one I was looking for in particular. Uh, yeah, I'm surprised it's not coming up, but this is a good one too. Um, we're speaking about wisdom, right? Sirach 51. But it was definitely um, another one, but we can just get this one real quick. Sirach 51 and 26. It says, "Put your neck under the yoke." It says, "And let your soul receive instruction. And she is hard. She is hard at hand to find." Right, and it's all right. It says, "Behold with your eyes, how that I have but little labor, and have gotten unto me much rest." Okay, and it says, "Get learning with a great sum of money." It says, "And get much gold by her." right? It says, let your soul rejoice in his mercy and be not ashamed of his praise. It says, work your work betimes, and in his time he will give you your reward. And that's a beautiful precept, man, because that's what that yoke, that's what the end of that yoke is going to be. I mean, by putting that yoke on, okay, hey, listen, it's saying, and let yourself receive instructions. Okay, you go to Proverbs, the first chapter, that's what it's all about, man. Okay, receiving that instruction, man, bowing your neck down, humbling yourself, receiving the proper way, okay, to live your life, all right, receiving the proper way and exercising and applying it, okay, and trying your best, and it says she is Salaki, it says she is hard at hand to find, right, because she's not revealed. Wisdom is not give. It's only given unto those. First, it's only given to a certain individual. Certain individuals, shall I say? Okay, it's only given to certain individuals. Okay, it's only Sirach, the first chapter is, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of the wisdom, and it was born with the faithful in the womb. Okay, so only the elect, has the ability to, I had the gift, shall I say, of having wisdom or receiving wisdom. Okay, because the Lord love of none but them that only have wisdom. Okay, though that's only who the Lord loves. Okay, and it says, behold with your eyes uh, how that I have but little labor. All right, and that's what it is. This is, hey, listen, your the labor that we're doing, even though it's great, of course, man, it's great, a great thing what we're doing, man. The Spirit of the Lord, the Lord is working a great miracle, okay, and he's using us as vessels, through via the Holy Spirit, okay, to do His bidding, okay. But it's not, when you actually meditate on it and you think about it, it's not truly a lie, okay. It's not. All right, and when you go back, what it says, what does it say? It says, "You're heavy laden." It's all you that labor. Right, right, and and when you go back to that, to the Matthews, and it's speaking about all you that labor, that, I mean, what laboring are we doing, man? We're laboring in this ministry, okay? But there's the end, there's the end game, okay? It says, I'm gonna read, continue. It says, "Behold, with your eyes, how that I have but little labor, and have gotten unto me much rest." Okay, because, man, the Lord, He said, man, well, first and foremost, the things, basically the punishment that we're receiving, it's not, it's nowhere near. I believe I'm not gonna get it, but I think it's in Hebrews. It's in Hebrews and Romans. Basically, the suffering now is not to be compared to the glory, that we're going to receive. Okay, and with the amount of work that we're doing, it's nowhere near compared, to what we're about to receive, man. This is the ultimate, like, investment, man. Okay, the ultimate investment, man. You suffer for a period of time and then receive everything. Okay, and it's much rest. Much rest is going to be, it's going to come with that. It's mentally, spiritually, physically. Okay, brothers are suffering all types of ailments. You know what I'm saying? Brothers being plagued with demons, and mixed, having a multitude of, certain thoughts, and trying to fight all of these things all at one time, man. But even that is not compared, can't be compared to what we're about to receive. It says, get learning with a great sum of her money, and get much gold by her. Okay, which is what, man? What is that? It says, what that is? That's that. Take my yoke upon you. Learn of me. Okay. How? What are we getting? Get learning with a great sum. Salakia, which that comes with which that comes with sacrifice, of course. You give it, you giving your time, it's in this time, it's in this period, that we're living in now. It's just what we're giving your bodies as a living sacrifice. That sacrifice is time, you know, the time that we have, and it may, of course, it's prophesied that they're going to be martyrs, okay, for the Lord, right? And so on and so forth. It says, get learning with the great sum of money and get much gold by her. It says, let your souls rejoice in his mercy, right? It says, and be not ashamed of his praise, all right? It says, work your work times, and in his time, he will give you your reward, okay? And that's the rest, ultimately, man. That's the him, establishing back, okay, basically restoring the house of David, man. Which that process has already begun. Okay, him binding up or closing up the breaches thereof, man. All right, us being healed, us coming back into this knowledge, us having the understanding, once again. All right, but now, we're approaching the uh, 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 the end. The beginning, shall I say? We're approaching the beginning, of everlasting peace, of just everlasting rest, man. You know. So we just got to keep fighting, man. And keep fighting. You're gonna find yourself in certain situations, and you're gonna have certain thought patterns and so on and so forth. But you just like the scripture I brought out, man. All those burdens, everything that you're going through, in the mental, spiritually, or whether it be, physically, you cast that on the, cast those burdens unto the Lord, and you just got to keep moving, man. You just got to keep the faith, you know, and that's just the most important part about it. You know what I'm saying? Because we can, man, you can memorize, every precept within this book. You can do all of those, fleshly, or I'm not gonna say that's a fleshly thing, but